Good afternoon. Well, maybe I should say good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And welcome to the preview of the Manchester United versus Young Boys on the United Hour. In the house with me, we have the man out there in Miami. Devin, how you doing, bro?
Hey, good morning. Not bad. How are you?
Can't complain. Can't complain. So, Devin, plain talk, bad manners. There's a revenge match. I know that there are some people I would say, yeah, well, there's an opportunity to rotate, there's an opportunity to rest stars. And I'm not saying that we wouldn't do that, but we have to beat Young Boys. We have already qualified, we have already qualified top of the group, and I'm nothing to do with it. You see that last time we played Young Boys, you see losing to Young Boys, and the truth be told, that was the beginning of the demise for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That game in particular, losing that game and putting the whole our qualifications for Champions League under threat. I think
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't the it wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back, but it was definitely one of the nails that really had people very concerned, and it created a kind of negativity in the squad that I didn't think the club recovered from while Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was there. So, this is definitely a revenge match for us. Young boys sit right now fourth in their league. They lost on the weekend. They played on Saturday and they lost 2-1. And they are bottom of the group, but they still have everything to play for, because if Atalanta don't win their game and Young Boys was to beat us, then you would find that they would qualify for Europa. So they still have a chance to qualify for Europa. So they have everything to play for. While we, as far as the group is concerned, have nothing to play for. But I am pretty sure, Jesse Lingard would remember Young Boys very well, and it wouldn't surprise me if he gets a start in this game, you know. But what do you think? How you think we're gonna set up to take on Young Boys, Devin?
So I definitely agree that this has a little bit of revenge coming up, but I also think this is the perfect opportunity for Ralph to get someone to know some of the players who normally would not be getting minutes right now. And so when you put it that way, and you also don't want to risk injuries to some of the elder squad, there can be some players who will be upset they haven't gotten any minutes, and this will be the perfect opportunity for them to come in. And with that being said, I actually have my predicted starting 11. And so it's going to be a fairly youthful side. And then you'll have a couple of first team players in there. But I think they're going to line up in Ralph's 4-2-2-2 formation. And so starting from the back, you have to give Dean Henderson some minutes. I mean, De Gea, yes, everybody knows right now his form is undroppable, but we still have Henderson who needs to play as well. And I cannot
Devin,
see
Devin, 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 just stop, just stop, just stop, just stop. I have to stop you there. We have to give Dean Henderson minutes.
Yeah.
Why? Why we have to do that? I don't understand.
So to me it's when you think about it this way, yes, De Gea's form right now is impeccable. It's also people in the same time are talking about Dean Henderson is more suited to play with Ralph's style of football.
Well,
And so
people.
this will be the audition for him as well. And at the same time, it's you're not risking injury to a key player of the side right now by playing Henderson over De Gea.
People may be saying that, but I mean,
And on top of that, you got to be thinking about it this way. If you're in Dean Henderson's shoes right now, and this is the match where this is the perfect opportunity for you to go in because obviously you're not playing in the Premier League right now. De Gea is undroppable, and then he still plays him over this. How are you feeling as Dean Henderson right now? I'd be calling my agent right now. January transfer window. I know I just signed that new contract, but get me on the first deal out of here. I need to play because also you have World Cup coming up too.
Dean Henderson could jump on a plane now. Don't wait till January. Roll out. Nobody's gonna miss you. I mean, I would not have said that 6 months ago, but at this
All
point
I
in time, right now, Dean Henderson could roll out. All right,
all I
go
can
ahead.
say is
Let
that
me
he
let
will
me
he
know
will hurt
let me
us if
know
he goes
this
to
let me
another
know
Premier
this
League
route.
side.
Dean Henderson, go ahead. Who else?
So it's going to be AWB, Eric Bailly. Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw in the back. Obviously, we know that Wan-Bissaka and Shaw didn't play on the weekend. They haven't been playing in the best of form yet. But I still believe that they need to get their opportunity to show the new manager that they can fulfill the duties that are required of them. And so I think right
Yeah.
now in this match, this will be a great opportunity for them. Eric Bailly needs minutes as well, and you need to rotate those center backs.
All right, go
And so
ahead.
yeah, and then you have Maguire in the back there just as for the captain and just have a
Yeah,
senior
yeah, yeah.
on the pitch. So now for the midfielders now, and this is where it starts getting a little fun. So I'm thinking for the first two, you're gonna have Matic and Fred.
Go ahead.
Next going up, I was actually this was probably Donny was a sure in here, and this next one here is where it was real hard for me because I was real torn between Lingard or Ahmad, and so right now I just gave the nod to Ahmad because we haven't seen that much of him yet, and so he needs to get some first team minutes. But you could easily switch Lingard to go in there as well too.
All right.
And then up top, I'm thinking Cavani and Elanga.
Cavani fit?
So that's why I was trying to check on that one. So I was not 100% sure. I was trying to do some research on that. If he's fit, he goes in. If not, then you play Greenwood.
All right. I totally agree with your side. Even though I was, poking fun at Dean Henderson, it makes sense. It makes sense. There's other than pride, and we need to play for pride. But other than pride, we don't really playing for anything else. So it makes sense to give the hair a rest. If ever you're going to play Phil Jones, this is the game.
But he's not in the
Phil Jones and Eric Bailly.
Phil Jones isn't registered for the Champions League side though.
Oh, okay. He didn't.
That's why I was checking before to make sure of.
Well, I guess we're not going to see Phil Jones until the FA Cup. So, all right, cool. But definitely we need Eric Bailly. I personally wouldn't mind Lindelof and Eric Bailly and leave Maguire on the bench, right? But I agree. Wan-Bissaka and Shaw needs to be able to show what they can do in this system, if they can work in this system. Matic, yes, definitely this is a game I expect Matic to start. The entire question is who's going to be next to him. I could see them switching, Fred for the first half and probably McTominay early in the second. Because you want to keep these guys fresh enough for the weekend. Right? So as well as I could also see them playing Donny in the back there. But I would go with you because I think right now we don't have any other players that could do what Fred and McTominay does. Right? So Matic would definitely need to play with one of them next to him. Donny on the right two of the higher two. The second level two, Donny, and I am thinking Jesse Lingard. I think Jesse Lingard is going to get his opportunity. So I expect to see Donny and Jesse Lingard. Amad off the bench once we're winning the game. I expect to see Amad off the bench. If we're not winning the game, then we'll bring on some real guns, maybe Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, that kind of thing. But I'm looking for Donny and Jesse Lingard. And then higher up, attacking, I'm expecting Elanga and Greenwood to start. I think if Cavani plays at all, he'll be coming off the bench just to get some minutes in his legs. I don't think he's ready for him to start. And I wouldn't mind seeing Cavani get some minutes in his legs because I am looking forward to seeing when we play Cavani and Ronaldo
again
up top. That is just delicious. I'm sour. I'm foaming at the mouth thinking about it, watering. It's like, wow, that is just something I'm looking forward to a great deal.
But you know, it was actually when I was thinking about this lineup, it was actually very tough because I thought there were only pretty much three positions that are three players that I was sure who were going to play in this match today.
What three is that?
It was Dean Henderson, Eric Bailly, and Donny. The rest of them, I feel like all of the rest could have been interchanged real quick, but I feel those players need
I
to get
would
in
say Greenwood is a shoe in as well, because
there. And
Greenwood, I think he wants to see Greenwood from the start. And the only reason I picked Elanga to go in with Greenwood is because he brought Elanga on. So that tells me he has confidence in him because the game wasn't in any stretch or form out of danger. And he wasn't afraid to bring on Elanga on the weekend. So that tells me he wants to see what Elanga could do. Yeah.
mhm. But yeah, Greenwood.
And
So Greenwood to me is still one of those players he could that I still think he fits in the starting 11 right now. And so that was the only reason why I did not have him in the tree for this match because I was thinking that these are the players and this match go just right on the fringe of breaking into that starting 11. And so, with that being said, I'm like, these are the players who I think need to get minutes and show why they should be breaking into that starting 11, as well as providing great competition for the players who are already actually there.
well, and that is exactly why I have Lingard in the team. I have Lingard in the team for the very same reason. I mean, there's a lot at stake where Lingard is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
This coach is, I believe, going to be very instrumental in giving the club a nod as to what they should do, whether they should continue to try to sign Lingard or whether they should try to sell Lingard and recoup some money in January before the end of the year. So Lingard needs to get minutes so the coach, the manager, could decide what he thinks he wants to do with Lingard, and then he could pass that up to the board and let them know where his stance is. So Lingard needs to get minutes. If he doesn't get minutes this game, I'm not saying he wouldn't get minutes. I mean, there's a crowded Christmas season. The next game we have is on Saturday against Norwich. But I think this is the game for Lingard to get some minutes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get minutes this game, when are you gonna get
When you gonna play? Yeah,
you
exactly.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is definitely Lingard's and Donny opportunity to shine, and I'm looking forward to seeing them play in this 4-2-2-2 system. Really, really am. So let's get down to it. What is your prediction? We expect a heavily rotated side, but we definitely expect to be going out there, and looking for blood. Still,
Mm-hmm.
we're looking to spoil some young boys. You understand what I'm saying? Um, what was your prediction?
So this one, it's gonna be very. This one's tricky because just because of what young boys have at stake, I feel that they're gonna come at us real hard in the beginning, and so especially with a side right now who we know is not our main back four, and young boys are gonna go all out for this. I do expect us to concede at least once. Um, it this one to me depends on what Alanga depends on which Alanga decides to show up because if there's a match for him to score, I feel it's going to be this one. And so, with that being said, I think we're looking at probably a 3-1 United because there's also going to be some players that are still going to be upset from last time we played. And I actually have a feeling if Lingard comes on, Lingard's going to score.
Um, okay, so 3-1 for you. For me, I looking at another clean sheet. And the reason that I'm looking at another clean sheet is simply because I I don't think young boys have enough. I agree with you. They're gonna run at us. They're gonna come at us hard. They're gonna come at us, But young boys don't have. When we drew that game, when we were 1-1, right? They took off player after player and was bringing on attacking midfielders and strikers because their manager realized that they were in the ascendancy, right? And we were just trying to see out for the draw. And he pelt everything at us. And it needed Jesse Lingard with an assist for them to win the game. So for me, I agree with you. Yes, young boys, because they have everything to play for, are going to run at us. But that's just going to open them up to be carved apart, for me. So I looking at a 3-0. 3-0 on is my prediction, and 3-1 for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this was your match preview for Manchester United versus Young Boys. Stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of match reactions on the day after the game, and as the sign says above, every Thursday, 6 p.m., the United Hour main program. So that is going to be next in terms of the next big show that we have for you. Devin, take us out.
So you always know, Red Devils, we keep the red flag flying high because Man United will never die. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Peace out.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.